Good evening, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are. I am Billy Jaime, Starbase News, reporting live from the Corsican Empire's Dreadnought Station. Over here, we have. Still put the gun away. I like to see. Put the lightsaber away. That makes this never change. All right. Over here, we have the Highcom of TCE, as you probably saw. So put the ball away. Put it away. People, can we just put stuff away? Thank you. Everyone just sit. Can we just all just sit? And here today, we have the Highcom of the Corsican Empire. We start with IYMCC. Say hi, IYMCC.
No, stop back.
Supologist.
Hello. I'll put the bomb down.
Ignite.
Hello.
And wait, did I miss anyone? Oh yeah, and Charles also here.
Hello.
Put the bombs away, I swear. This interview is gonna be really fun. This interview is gonna be really fun in post, guys. Really fun in post.
Stop.
You're torturing Billy right now.
Stop shooting me.
All right. Anyway, where were we? Oh yes. Hey, where did Tom go?
I was shot by soup.
You vanished.
The stupid question. All right. Time to get serious.
Oh,
So ignite.
Serious.
Well, not that serious, but ignite.
Yes.
Okay, good. No one pulled out a weapon this time. So ignite. How is running the biggest faction in Starbase's? I'm calling it Starbases, but whatever. Going for you right about now.
Well, when I don't have my Highcom team put in bookcases in front of me, and then in an interview, it's not as hard as you think. You know, occasionally it's mostly kind of a friend group thing. Like you try to keep active, so your Highcom team keeps active, so your mid wings keep active, so your low wings keep active. It's kind of a loop of activity. So, as I am not too busy recently, it's going pretty good.
Good. Tall, put the pistol away. Tall, put the pistol away. Thank you, Tall.
Wait, I've been trapped. Let me out.
Problem solved. I've contained him.
Problem solved.
Okay.
He's been contained.
He's in his box now.
I'm looking happy here, but I'm really not. Can we just remove this stupid decoration?
No, you look like you've had
Got
too
it.
many
I'll move it.
drinks.
I'll move it.
I've broken out.
Okay. You said you would remove
So,
it, not add
despawn
another
these two things.
I phased through the floor into
Remove
the
these
next
things
level.
or I respawn you.
If you respawn him, then he's not going to even be in the station to do it.
All right. 5. All right. Get back to the seats, everyone. You know what? This is all going in the interview.
Great.
Amazing.
Can we move on?
Yes, we can. All right. IYMCC. How is being IYMCC in the biggest faction ever? I'm kidding.
Well, you see, Twin, me and the rest of the High Council, excluding Soup because he doesn't do anything.
I do stuff.
You do not do anything, actually.
I mean, now and then I do stuff.
Me and the rest of the High Council and the directors, of course, and not the Grand Admiral that we appointed, but whatever, he's irrelevant. me and the rest of them are the people that actually do the work in the faction. We're basically the workforce of Corsia. We do everything that our glorious leader does not want to do. So that could mean diplomacy, handled by our wonderful director Strix. Intelligence operations handled by Boko, because we love Boko. Boko's
We
amazing.
do.
And the rest of the stuff handled by me and John, which is basically just like what the faction will be doing progressing forward. Ignite doesn't really interact with it all that much. I'm kind of disappointed, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
Blanca.
Yeah, see, look, he calls me racial slurs.
All
I'm
right,
trying to
Tall,
make
when
sure
you're done
everyone's
spinning on
active.
the table, can you please introduce yourself?
Things.
Oh, say something and I respond to you.
Something.
Here, Tom, take a seat.
All right, people.
I said something.
Am I?
Oh, this is gonna be really fun to edit,
don't
but
want
I
to
want to
smoke?
see. Put the gun away.
I'm building.
What have you done?
Stop building stuff. This is an interview.
I will-
Goddamn, it's gonna take
Every
like 2
time I
hours.
respond to you guys, it will break your game.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Anyway, put the guns away, please. Put the guns and the furniture away. Thank you, everyone.
Put the furniture away.
Yes, please. Please get the couch off.
What about the random walls over there?
Yes,
Can they
the
say?
walls have to go too. Soup.
What do you expect? You're interviewing the Corsian
didn't
High
need it.
Count.
I am.
I can't get rid of the seat.
What do you mean you can't get rid of the seat?
Soup.
Alright. One second. Let me figure this out.
Oh my gosh, reset and then do it.
No, keep it
You
I'll
here.
get the hell off
and
of
then
it.
reset.
Why don't you keep it here?
I think we should keep it there. But, big media doesn't want me to.
This is what I have to deal with every day, chat.
You
By the
don't,
way,
by the way.
you
You
guys
go
do
in, you go in the
realize
VC
Billy is
once a week.
Yes, this is what.
Bill
and this is why.
technically is in charge of the new server. So if you want to keep on controlling it for TC propaganda, please behave.
Thank you, Soup.
Why am I being shot?
I don't know. Anyway, so as we are all aware, in recent news, hang on, where did Soup go?
Can we like lock in?
No.
No, that's the best part about this
Okay.
interview.
Okay, Billy, continue with the interview.
All right.
Or don't. That's fine.
Well, well, I, this is Corsian Empire. As you know, before Ignite, who is currently being brought to heaven, I'm gonna get so many memes out of this. You guys had another Corsia, Juice. Or
Icky.
Ew.
what were your thoughts on him?
Where do we start?
Truth was interesting. He didn't do anything.
No, he did some stuff. He got us in at least a few wars.
Yeah, no,
And
no
he
more
was
than that.
The wars we wanted though.
and he did fight with me quite a few times.
Uh-huh.
But that was like in earlier TC. In the later TC he was definitely more inactive.
So weirdly
yeah,
enough,
when
it
I
wasn't that he was inactive like on Discord because I mean maybe on Discord, but like he was definitely online because as me, Soup, and Recover
Oh yeah, he
spammed
just
him
played Fortnite all day.
4,916 times. He was playing Fortnite instead of doing his deployment that he promised a while ago,
Okay.
and still didn't do. Like we had to reschedule that like 3 times, I believe. Maybe twice, I don't know.
yeah, that sounds about right.
And he was doing Fortnite instead of his actual deployment.
All right. Second question: how did Ignite, shown here in a halo of spotlights, become the Corzio? Was it by election? Was it by succession?
It was Succession, I feel.
Succession.
Wonderful.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how everybody agreed to make me leader. I genuinely don't know why.
Because you were the second in command.
Yeah, I know, but still, there were probably better options.
Like they made me
Ugh.
the overseers. There were no better options.
There were no better
Nah,
options. Yes, I
yo,
agree.
Blinko.
Anyway, when did everyone here first join? TCE.
Well,
Who wants to go first?
I was here when it started.
That's the real OQ.
Ignite its unk status.
What did you say about me, young man?
Exactly. There's
I
been a
mean,
political assassination.
okay.
We'll be right back, folks. I don't understand.
What do you mean directly?
Why are you all being so mean? You're a mean man.
Racism.
What?
What?
What? What happened? What?
All right, here we go again, guys. And we're back. Through cloning, Ignite has been brought back. Anyway, where were we?
I think we were left off at Juice.
Ascending. Bro is ascending. Anyway.
Didn't even do anything
Yes.
that time.
What question? Oh yes. Juice being lazy on his last 2 deployments.
Right. I think we've covered that already.
All right.
We should move on to the current events.
Oh boy, the current events. For non-faction viewers or my faction viewers, current events are a mess. If you've been keeping up with Starbase or Starbase factions in general. Ignite, take it away, because I'm pretty sure I'll be missing some things.
Alright. Well, I'll just go off the most recent thing. Well, actually, the second most recent thing. The second most recent thing is CC blew up Lyra and AA. Thankfully, Lyra recovered, or Lyra. But
Lyra,
AA was completely finished off. As Tall is very much grieving about right now. Yeah, it was all CC's fault. I don't. Alright, do you know who specifically did it? Industrialist or Pac-Man? Who specifically in CC was responsible?
I think
This
with
is going to be an
Jetpack,
interesting topic. We had a intelligence divisional thing going on about that. Of course, no one was really informed because it wasn't really that important. However, what we learned when they nuked AA was that they didn't actually use anyone in the CC at the time. Who they
Oh
used
yeah.
were proxies. We're still wondering if they're alt accounts yet. But the people linked to nuking those servers weren't themselves directly affiliated with CP. However, they were promised high rank in CP by Jetpack Man if they did do the nuking. So what we think is going on here is that they're going to be using not people already in CP. We don't even know if they're going to be, fulfilling their deal and giving these people high rank, but
Doesn't matter
they're
to
not
us
going to be
anyway.
using themselves because it's too much of a risk. It's kind of smart, but it's also kind of dumb because we can easily trace it back to them.
Yeah. Also, the thing that what we're most mad about, well, actually, probably on the lower priorities morally, but we're trying to help or new factions start and Starbase and stuff. Not really directly, but indirectly, somewhat just trying to get them to be more active. And CC is completely against our goal by just nuking anyone who doesn't join them, apparently. Which is one of our bigger problems about this. Now, this kind of leads into the first most controversial thing I was talking about earlier in recent news. Gar saying TC no follow me.
Wonderful.
I swear.
I
We
did have
have a
one more
ton of
point. I did have one more point to add.
yeah. Okay, what is it? What was it?
Intriguingly, we thought, or at least I and the rest of the actually, load bearing people in TCE, thought that CC was done with the nukings after Jetpack Man left because we thought he was the one coordinating it. And we, it's reasonable suspicion, and not to mention the fact that he's a little known for stuff like that. He might very well still, yeah, he might very well have been coordinating those nukes. However, we thought it was all over after he left CC, which is weird because we just earlier today got word that they have nuked the GRC backup server, which is not a good thing considering that it kind of undermines that plan. It leads to one of three options, really. Either one, Jetpack Man was coordinating the nukes, and through leaving CC, someone else took up the task. Two, it wasn't run by Jetpack Man in the first place. Or three, Jetpack Man is still working with CC and coordinating these nukes. No idea which one of those is correct. Hello, John.
Okay, so as to inform anyone who doesn't know, Jetpack Man is a huge narcissistic high rank CC member, and he's even narcissistic for CC. And keep in mind, CC is probably the most narcissistic factions out there in
Ignite.
recent history.
Ignite.
But
John, we are conducting.
okay,
Yeah.
so ignoring that, that kind of just tells you how Jetpack Man is. I think he claimed he has over 100 IQ at one point, or in the high hundred.
Oh yeah, he said he had a
in
180
the
IQ.
200. Yeah, that.
That doesn't mean anything.
Wait,
That
what?
kind of tells you who he is already for viewers who don't know who he is, but that sums it up.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I'm assuming you want to know more about the God TC don't follow me situation, right?
I, but I don't because I've already been intimately familiar with it. But just to recap, I believe Gar was either getting tired or losing a bunch of battles to CC. So first, they started by
You mean
whipping up
TC?
TCE. Sorry, wrong faction. Uh, so first they tried whipping out the legendary battlecruiser with infinite cloak, which, yeah, that did not
It's
go
pretty much
well.
just gave. Yeah, it gave us a bunch of screenshots of them like hiding a million out from us, which is hilarious. And it taught us to immediately either take over the LBC or self-destruct it at the beginning of a battle. So after that, it kind of immediately did a negative to them.
Correct. So, and the origin of the TC do not follow me uh, meme is, I'll put it up on screen for you guys who are watching. Is Gar got mad because because of something, I don't know what. Probably because they couldn't fight fair. That's editor's opinion.
Yeah, much.
Um, and so they're like, they see TCE, they run away, or they run away to another server and go like, TCE, do not follow me. Do not follow. Hence, the TCE do not follow meme.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. They're trying to get us all banned, but thankfully, and this is for any faction viewers, you can't just say, hey, insert faction tag here, don't follow me. That doesn't work. Ever since the Starbase devs like officially removed factions, they haven't been recognized ever since, except for removing any survivor faction talk in the Starbase Discord server. So moderation actually can act on against the faction, as far as I'm aware or
I
concerned.
just want to clarify.
So
real
that
quick.
didn't work. What
I
is it?
just want to clarify
The
that no one is actually following
Wow.
anyone. It's all, and though it sounds really weird to say, moderation can't do anything, and like we're trying to actively avoid moderation because we did something wrong. That's clearly how it sounds. But there really isn't any following going on, given the fact that only so many servers are actually in Starbase.
at any given point.
The reason why the TCE do not follow me thing is such a issue is because the game is dead. So you could very easily run into the same person again in a different server, uh, and they could potentially get you banned. This actually happened to me a while ago, and I got banned for about 2 weeks because of some. It wasn't even that I followed. It was that I said that I wouldn't stop killing someone in the same server. Weirdly enough, that's explicitly explained in the rules that that does not count as harassment.
That's actually explaining the rules that you won't get banned for that.
That's what I just said.
Well,
So
yeah. No,
the
you said
real
it. No,
issue,
whatever.
the real issue is not that that we are following them. It's that they're using the moderation team to try and get out of the war they declared on us.
When all they could have done is literally said, we would like to come to the negotiation table and end this. That is if anyone in the faction is confused, that is the right and proper way to end a faction war, not try to get the other faction involved. Come to the negotiating table.
Oh
Like a
yeah.
normal person, please. Thank you.
Can I might get sidetracked here, but JoJo actually did a video on that included IY's band. If anyone wants to check it out.
I'll have it linked in the description. Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah.
People watch
Going
this.
away from moderation right now. How successful has your efforts been to revive the Starbase faction community? Because I am aware several
Um.
former and current TCE members are either part of Starbased, part of the Stellar Congress. Which, for everyone who doesn't know, the Stellar Congress is an organization designed to regulate factions, which never really works in the way that it should. But yeah, that's how it
Yeah,
is.
the Slug Congress thing is kind of a like a self-fulfilling no-win situation because it kind of the biggest factions are the most active in there, but at the same time they don't need it's they don't respect the Stellar Congress. It's the Stellar Congress should be a thing for only small factions, not large factions. But the large factions can just dictate whatever happens anyway because they have the most activity. So really nothing productive gets done for the targeted audience of a Stellar Congress, which pretty much means it's like this.
Yeah, yeah, it happens.
Hello?
That's
Okay, there you
yeah,
go.
that's a pitfall for all like major faction regulatory bodies. Is the big factions could essentially dictate what they want, especially within interstellar congresses and democratic bodies. I believe there was an attempt to do something like the Stellar Congress before. It wasn't the faction summit. The faction summit is not that, which I will get into later. Trust me. That might even be its own separate video, but I'll get into briefly here. Uh, the faction summit project was the idea and the successor to one of the many Stellar Congress esque ideas, where all the factions would get together once a month, talk about issues within the faction community, and of course, what we would do is we would attempt to pass laws, something like for every X amount of faction members, you had Y seats on one of the pre-style congresses. The Faction 7 project was a voluntary conference, I should say, a voluntary conference that factions are highly encouraged to attend and hopefully not bomb. To talk about faction
Yeah.
relations,
Would have
discussions,
bombed it. That's crazy.
um, and such, in a way where it is hopefully helpful to the faction community as a whole. Not nobody is bound to any rules or amendments proposed in the uh, in the faction seven project. It's just a way for everyone to talk. That being said, I will hand over the faction summit project and all of that in another video, in a proper explainer video. But for now, back to TC. So, besides the other initiatives that you have going on to help small factions grow, what would your advice be to smaller factions?
That's simple. You need to one build a goal and two have active, dedicated leadership. I wouldn't be anywhere without my HighCom team, and if our faction wasn't dedicated to constantly fighting other factions, we probably wouldn't be the most powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I
Many
like
times,
that. But the one thing that I would actually say is a requirement for a any surviving faction. I have witnessed several of these issues before, all of which led to the server getting nuked by who do you think? But
Oh yeah, don't trust
make
CC.
sure make sure that whoever you appoint as your HighCom team
is not a CC
is
at
people
all.
you can trust. And even if that means you don't have a high comp team until you can get actually active and like pick out who's active and who's actually helping the faction. There are several people that I have witnessed in a high comp team that really shouldn't have been. And that is eventually what leads the server into getting obliterated. Take, for example, EC. They were a great faction. Got to, I want to say, 90 something members. They were
Oh, I
one
thought it
of
was
the
close
new
to 80.
gens. It might be, whatever. But they were active. They were one of the new gen factions that I actually had faith would grow to be something new. However, they
Yeah.
appointed a few weird people into their high com, like Boris, who was obviously in CC, or at least had very strong affiliations with them. And what do you know? The server magically gets quote unquote merged into CC after like a month or two.
And I got kicked.
Y'all did.
Yes. Yeah.
Todd, do you have any? I feel like you have something to say about EC.
I don't.
Oh, since you don't have any experience with them when you were previously in CC.
No.
Man.
Oh well.
Um.
Speaking of that, what made you want to switch factions from CC to TCE?
Mostly the fact that they were allying with Gar. I obviously didn't like that, so, and I was already playing various games with TCE at the time, and I didn't really like being in CC, so I just decided to join TCE.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but you are a real rear admiral in TCE, right?
Um, I don't keep track.
Could someone make sure I'm not spouting blatant misinformation on the internet again?
He's a high admiral.
I'm checking right now. He's definitely a high admiral.
He's an admiral that is high.
For the rest of TCE HICOM, why did you decide to trust Tall with a rank such as High Admiral?
We
Originally, we
didn't give it
didn't.
him immediately.
Not immediately, obviously, but why did you make the decision that, yes, despite his prior affiliation with CC, he wouldn't be a danger to TC as a whole?
Well,
Oh, it's
that
simple.
really only
He
started
never
because
started.
we kind
Wait,
of
do you want to go?
made him an ensign first. And
Mm-hmm.
that was because the only reason we trusted him as an ensign was because he was low key chill. Uh, he didn't spend a lot of time with the CC people. He didn't really fight us in game, and he spent a lot of time in RVC. So
I
we just kind
I
of
say a big part of it
kidnapped
for
him from
me.
CC.
Yeah. Big part of for me was he had previous experience in factions. It's not like CC was the first thing. If CC is your first faction, that's kind of a red flag with a few exceptions that I can't think of right now, but there's probably at least one. Next question.
Okay. Now, for those people that are in those factions that are just getting started or may have died down to activity, how important do you think it is for them to show up and show out, especially early or when the faction has dipped in activity?
What?
I think Soup should answer this question.
For what?
Yeah,
What was the
it's a
question again?
question.
Are you kidding?
Wonderful.
Say the question again.
Goddamn. So for those leaders with factions that aren't big or are actively quote unquote dying, and for the members of those factions who maybe like losing faith and interest in the faction, what advice do you have for the leaders, and what advice do you have for everyone else? For the
I would suggest just continuing to murder people in game and try and expand to other games that you're interested in.
Okay. Maybe to elaborate a little bit, TC isn't. We don't like only play star based. Like occasionally we play other games. Like a while back we played TDX, and now
Stellaris.
John has gotten us on a Stellaris addiction.
It's not a bad addiction,
Um,
mind you. I enjoy Star
I
Wars.
could quit anytime.
I can quit anytime I want, guys.
Yeah.
Like you could say me and Tall have a Helldivers 2 addiction. Part of rising from inactivity, I'd say, is building up a community that can survive outside of one specific game you play. Like, actually be friends with each other. Don't just be like, "Hey, you're pretty good at Starbase. Just want Starbase? Do you wanna make a faction or something like that?" Don't
Is that what you
don't
and
have
Juice
that
did?
sole reason. No, I'm just making fun of anyone with that mindset.
For various other factions also play Starbase. They also do have other games that they play. Hey, hey, right? But
Yeah.
yes, but for brevity's sake, we're not gonna do this because this interview is already gonna be hell-headed. Really, really, really long editing process for this
Everyone
interview.
apologize to Billy.
You do. Apology accepted, Soup.
I'm sorry,
Let him
baby.
speak.
He didn't say anything.
I am now soup.
Zoop.
Okay, anyway, where were we? Yes, my last and final question. For those faction players who do not wish to, say, participate in combat as much, but still want to play the game, what other avenues do you think would be best?
You're kind of asking the wrong faction.
Yeah.
Yeah, our entire thing is built upon trying to be the best and war. The only thing I can think of outside of that is writing lore stuff, grinding cargo for ships. But then again, that just ties back to combat because why else would you get XP if not for combat ships?
Yeah, I'd say like
So
if you want to ask a faction about that stuff, don't ask us. The only thing that TCE has really learned as a whole through being TCE is that the diplomatic factions and the ones that all conglomerate and sing for harmony with all the other factions, it doesn't work. There's been factions like VRN that take diplomacy really seriously. They're gone now because eventually it became just a faction hub and it wasn't even controlled by the people anymore. It just fell apart
Yeah,
very
you
quickly.
gotta have you gotta have some pride for your faction.
And it's not just pride, it's you gotta limit how much you're talking to the other factions. It's you have to recognize that you are independent and I don't want to say see everyone else is trying to like get you, but that's a lot of the time how it is because the people in Starbase do not generate activity by sitting around and having peace. That's not how it really works in a game like Starbase, where it's averaging maybe 100 if it's a good day of active players. You gotta have fight to be active, and combat generates activity. That's one of the reasons why TCE is still an active faction.
The other thing I have for question I have for new factions, especially related to communists, how do new factions get good? I am very much aware. I am an old gen. I am very much aware that the best way to get good is practice. But the best, but their factions usually generally fall into two categories: very good leadership with very good tactical skills, but members with poor coordination, or the or or the latter. Not saying that there aren't exceptions, but the latter is very good members, little to no coordination. How do new faction should new focus factions be focusing on a mix of coordination and skill, or just skill then coordination?
Both are important, but okay, if you're gonna start out as a smaller faction, you're probably gonna want to just fight other smaller factions. So I'd say skill is the number one priority, because without anyone being skilled, we have nothing to coordinate. So you have to obviously practice, like you said, but also learn how to work together. Like if you put me and IY or Tall or Soup in the crew, like if you combine Tall and IY, they know how to work together in a battle against God, or me and Soup, or any other combo you want. You gotta have your members like know what they prefer, what they're good at, what they're bad at.
Supplement them
Stuff like that.
accordingly.
Yeah, you gotta all coordinate that. You can't just have, oh, I pick Nobel, oh, I pick Super Dreadnought. You gotta have some sort of coordination. Like, I don't want to say any specific tactics, but you don't want just to have one singular damage type. You don't want all laser ships. You don't want all cloak ships.
You don't want all shell.
Unless you're Gar.
And unless you're God, then you can just spam the reinforced cruiser. Or the LBC.
Honestly, the reinforced cruiser, a couple of ATGMs, and a Greyon destroyer, you're fine.
Well, yeah, that's now because a whole bunch of people worked together to find those counters and see what was most effective.
We don't really use the Greyon destroyer that much, though. I think we are
Who's
more
we?
of... What do you mean we? I don't see anyone... I don't never really see anyone using the Greyon destroyer that much.
It's because you're never really online.
It's a low focus ship.
What do you mean I'm never
It's
online?
basically useless. Because the second shields are down, you're dead. Unless, of course, you're in a...
Yeah, that. I use the warship packs and strike craft with anti-tank capabilities, mostly the counter. And that's some free tips for you, viewers.
That loves tips. Anyways,
Wow. Okay.
What? Moving on. I'd say personally, my thoughts on that. Skill is the most important thing you can have in Starbase. As long as you have a brain, that's how you get skill. It's very simple. I don't know why people don't do that. But the Starbase learning curve is literally just a flat line. Just having a brain makes you better than 90% of Starbases. It's that simple. I wish I was joking. Just know how the game works, and you're fine.
That was the last question, right?
That is the last question. I'm gonna go edit this now. Have fun, and also, can someone send me the TCE do not follow memes? Because I gotta put them in post.
Yeah.